All right, number 3, Mr. Taylor.
Okay, I'm done.
Thank you, Brian.
You'll take care of that, right, Mike?
I will.
All right.
Talk about timing. The last public meeting we had, I forget the gentleman's name, but a couple of you know him. I don't know if he's a member of your parish. He had some questions about government. He didn't know how things worked. And just ironically, I had met at 5 o'clock with a graduate, a former student of Pennsauken High School. And he is part of this group. He's the South Jersey coordinator for the Citizens Campaign. And in short, what they do, they offer, now he has 4 listed here on the paper he gave me. They have a manual, but there's 5 areas that they would hold classes for citizens. No cost to the township. Now, it would be at the library, whatever. One is a path to citizen legislative services. One is a path to appointed services, a path to political party service, and a path to citizen journalist. Now, I don't know what the 5th one was, because this is what he gave me, but he mentions 5 in the letter. So what I'd like to do is have him come in to one of our meetings and explain in more detail, and that we can maybe get this rolling in the fall and have it and publicize it, whether we use a school or the library, according to how many people. But, you know, when he remember the gentleman stood up and said, I don't understand all this, I don't know about resolution. And, you know, that's real basic stuff that everyone should know. So I thought that this would be a good opportunity for residents that are interested to provide them a forum with this type of information. So,
Mr. Taylor, that was Mr. Bill Rosen.
Bill Rosen, okay, yeah. And so I have his card here, so I'm going to ask you, Ed, to contact him and have him just come in. Not a long dissertation, but to explain, but it's no cost, and they've been doing it around the country, and it would afford, but the key thing is to sell it, to get it out there on Channel 19, on the school channel, on the township, for people who, and you look at a convenient time, and they only meet 5 sessions, but each session is devoted to an area. So I just thought that that might be
Anything
something.
for the people's
Yeah.
right. That's super. Everybody in agreement?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right,
I have one more.
Golf course
Golf
area.
course. We have a gentleman that paid his membership dues for the golf course and that passed away, and Mr. William Hayes. And it's into it, and what the pro, Mr. Quentin Griffin, is asking for is that his son be able to just take this part of it over and into 2012, use the rest of the father's golf membership instead of refunding, because he died a couple months ago.
Gentlemen?
No problem.
All right?
Yep.
Okay, all right, good.
Thanks.
All right.
Recycling with the school and the township, Mr. Killian,
Yes,
Mayor Killian.
On the school district side, we're partnering up with the waste management for an enhancement of our recycling. We have a really, it's going to be pitched to the board, and our interim business administrator sat in on a couple of the meetings. We had a meeting today with the township to do this. Basically, what's going to happen is the school district's going to be able to recycle 90% of our waste into recycling. The only thing we're not going to be able to recycle is the food they eat and styrofoam products. 90% of the things that we use in the school district, that the kids use in the class, paper, construction paper, test paper, we have multiple papers, high grade, low grade, all those type of things. Certain things, paper towels, things like that, can be recycled that normally in the past you couldn't because if they got wet. All that can go, it's called single stream recycling, okay? We have it in the town, but the people in the town, you know, you commingle cans, bottles, plastics, this, that, whatever. So they came up and had a couple meetings with this guy Larry Landers from Waste Management. You know, just for example, our tipping fees to dump trash were about $36,000 last year at the minimum. Worst case scenario, we're going to be able to cut that in half. It's actually going to be better than that, but I always work on worst case scenarios. by increasing what we can put in the recycling bins is going to reduce what we put into the landfill or down at the incinerator. They're going to bring in cans, okay? They're going to pick them up depending on the size of the school, once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. Various size cans, 2 yards, 4 yards, 6 yards, 8 yards. We took them around, we showed them what we were doing. They have a formula, they came out with a formula. We're going to tweak it down the road, just like our thing on videotaping. We're coming in with a base program, and we're going to see how it goes. We're going to add things that need it or remove things that aren't needed or whatnot. But the bottom line here is they're going to come out and give presentations to the school free of charge, to the students, to get the kids on board. The kids are going to probably buy into this. It's kind of neat. They have different ways of educating the kids, and hopefully the kids will go home and educate their parents on increasing what we recycle as opposed to throwing in the trash. It's pretty exciting. Everybody we have talked to about it, and looking at it, trying to look at, what could go wrong or this, that, whatever. It just seems like a win-win for everybody. A contract for a year, so we can get out of it if it's not what it cracked up to be, but it's really interesting. Also, at the intermediate school, at the school board and the administration goes for it, we're going to do a trial run of recycling food from the intermediate school. They have a program that they're starting. We're going to take the food product down, and they use it in the process of making mulch. It helps break things down, this stuff, whatever. They explained everything with that. There's a process. If that's successful, then we'll be able to even recycle our food, which is kind of really something state of the art. And the only thing that we won't be able to do, as I said, styrofoam, and we're looking into ways to see the styrofoam products, mainly that the food service has. And I haven't spoken to Mr. Maloney yet until we get the approvals of this, of him looking to maybe buy other containers rather than styrofoam.
That's what I was going to ask you, Jack, is there an alternative to styrofoam?
Yeah, according to Waste Management, there are some other things, but depending on what your need is, if they need to keep things hot or cold, this, that, whatever, styrofoam, you get into the whole health thing, this, that, whatever, so bigger minds than mine are going to make those judgments. But even with that, even if we're stuck with styrofoam, our tipping fees are going to go down to next to nothing, minimum half, probably close to next to nothing. And then doing more research, this, that, whatever, and there's things with recycling credits, this grants, this, that, whatever, in partnership with the township, we might be able, and we had a meeting with Ron Crane today, pretty confident that the some of the money that we have in our recycling fund will go to pay the remainder of our tipping fees, where this will be absolutely no cost, but that's just looking in, hasn't been confirmed, and they're working on that now. So
No cost to the town because of the grants that we have and
Right.
money that we've already obtained.
Right.
There'll be no cost to anybody to do any of this.
So we're going to go, we're saving, the potential to save the school district $36,000 a year, frees up our trash truck down the road right now. Initially, we're still going to remove the food waste, but
And what are you going to do with the styrofoam, Jack?
styrofoam will just still go into
Still go
the
into-
trash, so. But we'll see. Hopefully, we can, if you can get a different product and we can eliminate that, we're going to be like a blue ribbon recycling school district, this, that, whatever. It's just a newer program Waste Management has, and it's been successful where they have done it so far, so we'll give it a whirl. We really don't have too much to lose. So just wanted to leave you know, that's another shared services thing that our governor and everybody wants us to participate in. It's just another step in the right direction. With Murphyville sharing in the diesel fuel purchase and things like that, so we're keeping our eyes and ears open and jumping on anything that's going to benefit this town, and certainly our school district, okay? So thank you for that. And let's see here, old business ordinances on second reading, 2011-18.
That's just to give you guys a heads up that it's still on for second reading the 24th at the regular business meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you have, there's nothing on first coming up or anything, resolutions, we don't know right at this point. You have country club revenues to date in your packets.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Mayor, we have the payment of bills, if I could read those.
Sure you can.
Non-budget items for July, $41,192.97. And budgeted items for July, $1,397,772.78. And we need a roll call on that, Mr. Mayor.
Go ahead, Gene. Roll call.
We'll make a motion to pay the bills.
And I'll second it.
Mhm. Roll call.
Mr. Figueroa?
Yes.
Mr. Knight?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
And Mayor Kill.
Yes. Okay, resolution, public may comment. Hold on, I jumped in. Yeah, we're good. Okay, 2011.
26, that's a resolution to permit the council committee to go into closed session. Mr. Mayor, this is for matters of personnel and contract issues.
Okay, can I have a motion, gentlemen?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Mr. Figueroa?
Yes.
Mr. Knight?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mayor Kill.
Yes. All right, thank you, everybody, for coming out.
Okay.